Welcome to YLC, the Young Leaders Committee that promotes and grows youth leadership, that ensures the future leaders lead from today by educating and inspiring them to soar higher and higher.
Welcome to YLC, the Young Leaders Committee, the platform that educates, enlightens, inspires, and works young people into leadership from their youth. Young people, your leadership era begins today. No longer wait for tomorrow. The theme for this month has been full and familiar equipment, while the focus in this session is navigate past appealing equipment. This time we are looking at a question. Navigate past appealing equipment? This is a crucial question. But our emphasis will be much more on the positive side while we examine the grounds on which any worker or officer would consider navigating past any equipment in the system. However, the question opens a window for escape or navigating past any equipment or structure that may hamper performance. Or maybe it is too low for your competence. The first concern and question is, why should an appealing equipment frustrate? This happens occasionally for many reasons. I want to mention only 5. 1, misplacement. Misplacement is when your organization is being supplied the wrong equipment. 2, misdirection. This is when your organization is supplied the correct one, but your organization mistakenly assigns the wrong one to you. And number 3, manufacturer's error. This seems obvious. In this case, there is a mistake in production. And then number 4, mischievous acts, where someone deliberately gives you the wrong one, a malfunctioning one, or pulls off a critical component in the equipment. It has occurred before. Mental deficiency is the 5th we want to talk about. This is the case scenario where you don't have the knowledge to use the equipment, and there's no training to help you to do so competently. Now, let's look at appealing equipment that frustrates. When can an appealing and approved equipment frustrate? Let's paint the picture here. Something is appealing and functioning very well may not mean that it will be most suitable for the work assigned to you. It is your responsibility to find out and to raise concerns. An appealing equipment that frustrates is one that is assumed to be in a good state, could be used well by others, but not quite appropriate for your own use, maybe for some of the reasons highlighted above. It could be either bigger than you can competently use or too small to technically handle the job. It might be what your organization has or can provide, or what is statutorily available by the traditions of the organization. It could be what you are expected to follow or utilize. What are you to do in such circumstances, especially if they appeal to you to use it? Comply to the extent that is possible, or appeal to your organization for an alternative that you have or you know of. You may appeal to colleagues, co-workers, family members, and so on for their assistance if that option exists in your establishment. Our hero did something similar, which fetched him the needed victory. In the sections that follow, we're going to look at 4 main areas of equipping in the office that can frustrate. Frustrating because maybe you are ahead of it. Frustrating because it does not quite fit your own assignment. Let's look at the first, operational equipment. These are operational guidelines that consist of rules, regulations, and policies that are necessary for the proper organization and administration of your unit or department. They set standards and guides to optimize operations for enhanced performance by workers. However, some have stifled operations. This is a major reason some administrators have issues with bureaucracy. Nevertheless, the staff is expected to navigate paths for excellent performance and appreciation. We are talking about you injecting something you have from outside the organization that will be acceptable in the organization and using it to advantage. Certain innovations have emanated from such worker critical appraisal of operating equipment. When a worker takes everything without a critical reappraisal, you may not bring innovations into your organization. Generally, operational guidelines and policies are aimed at optimizing operations, integrating digital, and ensuring people work smarter and not just harder. Let's look at the administrative equipment that can frustrate. These are administrative procedures. They are a set of formal objective rules enacted by an organization that govern management decision making. They help establish the legitimacy of management action by ensuring that management decisions are objective, fair, and consistent. They also help in ensuring accountability. These administrative equipments are systems, which refer to systems and processes for filing and record keeping, office correspondence, visitor and phone call management, internal communication, financial management, and other administrative duties. Administrative systems and procedures are excellent. They are usually excellent, but they can still be improved. And when they ought to be improved and have not been improved, they can be a cog in the wheel of progress. Workers and officers are expected to abide by them. But for them to yield the expected results all the time, workers must reevaluate them and make meaningful suggestions that could grow the organization rather than always follow principles that may not work well. Let's look at the social equipment. Social equipment refers to social structure. Social structure is a set of non-fortuitous social relationships between individuals, between parties, and among all the people that are in the organization. The social organization is the basis of all organized society, and all organizations try to set up equipping devices, either training or rules or guidelines to help enhance interaction and performance. Towards this end, Talcott Parsons has described 4 principal types of social structure. His classification is based on 4 social values: the universal, the particular, the achieved social values, and the ascribed social values. The social structure of an organization is aimed at equipping workers or officers for the type and quality of relationship that enhances productivity. It demands give and take to bear its dividend maximally. Conforming and complying are generally required and useful. Let's look at the last, financial equipment or financial structures. Julie Young refers to financial structures as the mix of debt and equity that a company uses to finance its operations. She says further that the composition directly affects the risk and value of the associated business. The financial managers of the business have the responsibility of deciding the best mixture of debt and equity for optimizing the financial structure. In general, she refers to it as the capital structure of the organization, which may include the decision between managing a private or a public business and the capital opportunities that come with each. In each case, the framework for managing the capital structure is primarily the same, but the financing options differ greatly. Certain financial means of equipping workers may be advantageous only to the organization, but contrary to the workers. This needs a critical reappraisal, but the best is largely to conform. We want to remind you that Young Leaders Committee is a mentoring group, and that aspect is about to take off. And there you will meet with other young people from various organizations and various parts of the world, and that will enhance and brighten your fortune in your organization. Visit our website, which is displayed on the screen, for more details. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you at the next episode.